G'day everyone, welcome back to Baggers Unfiltered 26. I'm your host Henry and you are.
Louis from the Perth Blue Baggers pod and Carlton Flaggers. Good to be here.
And it is good to be here because we're actually doing a mid-season review. So to everyone out there, hope you do enjoy this pod. Welcome to episode 85. And let's get straight into it. So fair bit has happened in 2026. And there has been some really shit, some really shit, and there's been some really good. But we've mainly, unfortunately, seen the shit side of things. To sum it up, really, in a few short sentences, we've sacked a coach, and now there's belief. So who knows? There's been change that was probably delayed from last year onto this year. And look, it's a really tough topic actually because you don't know what you're actually reviewing because there's some really good, but then there's also some really bad. Like if you were to review a North Melbourne, it'd be the exact same. If you were to review Fremantle, it'd be perfect. If you were to review Sydney, it'd be more good than bad. But we're right in the centre, and it's going to be really hard to talk about. But there's certain facts that do stick out that Louis is going to speak about because he obviously knows how to speak about them. And he's going to take it away from here. And over to you, Louis.
Yeah, as you said, it's very hard to kind of grasp what has transpired this season. Really, it feels like it's been two seasons in one, a tale of two stories. One with absolute frustration under Voss, the momentum swings, the fade outs, the mental fragility issue. We banged on about it week after week. And we were just absolutely, I think fans were absolutely sick of the same problems. And eventually that ended up with Voss's job going. So, and then came a bit of, it seems a bit of a we've seen a bit revitalized is how I'd word it. Are you still there? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry, I was just having a look at a quick something and just to try and find a few facts for this podcast. So got a few in mind now, and people are really going to enjoy it. So stick around.
Sweet. So, I was just saying that we feel a bit revitalized maybe under Fraser. I don't know whether I think it's a mixture of the process that we had earlier in the season. It's just being able to make it into fruition for 4 quarters, most of the time at least. And look, it gives us a bit of hope. I think, as you said, hope is a very clear characteristic. We have not only fans talking about wildcard round, there is now, the media's grasped upon it, as they usually do,
Which
very
I don't
wild.
like. Anyway.
Yeah. So now there seems to be a bit more expectation when previously perhaps there wasn't expectation after Fraser first took office. So we'll see. It's hard because this mid-season review won't necessarily dictate what we will say at the end of the season, because another 10 rounds can drastically shape how we view this season. So really we're going to have to really provide a nuanced analysis.
It can really. So I don't mean to cut you off at all, but in a way to put it, it can either go really high up, like it can be really top of the tree, high up, and Carlton could just go on a run and end up finishing in wildcard round, and maybe even push further upon that, or it could go completely downhill again, and we could finish bottom 4. There's so many scenarios that could happen to finish off the year, so that's why it's really tricky to actually talk about it, because you just sometimes by now you have a bit of an indication of what's going on. But the last month they've just shifted. Like they've just shifted from really bad Carlton to really good Carlton. Even if it's just, it might have even been 6 weeks. All started at that Adelaide game where we didn't actually fade out. So there's been fundamentals that have been built, and we're just sort of starting to gel a bit closer together. So stick around with the boys, because you never know. You just never know. I feel like with what's been going on in the media with, Fraser and all that kind of stuff, and the way that the boys are going about it, it's been professional. So I'm just hoping that it remains this way, and yeah, just see how we go.
Yeah. So I think the best way to go about our analysis is distinguishing it between Voss and Fraser. So, because the team looked completely different under both. So where we started in the Voss era, technically for 5 years, but we'll talk about. I mean, some of the elements that we'll talk about are no doubt influenced other years before it, but it was a bit of inconsistency week from week, I thought, within games. Too many rush entries and turnovers under pressure. Unable to sustain that full quarter performance. There was periods of strong football, primarily in the first half, but we were just unable to control those momentum swings. So this defensive mental fragility sort of came in when games opened up. We'd get exposed on the outside, and we just couldn't really defend from that. And we also weren't, when we had our chances, we blew them because the pressure was there and the team were inapt to be composed. So, look, what did you make of the Voss? What did you make of Voss? I don't think, did we really do a Voss review?
We didn't. No, we didn't actually do a Voss review. That actually never crossed my mind in the end.
It just all moved on so fast,
Yeah, it happened so quickly. It happened bloody 7:26 on a Tuesday morning. So still remember it. Still remember getting out the shower, not even drying myself off, not even getting changed, quickly going on my phone to actually stop the music. And then I look at the notification, and it's Voss has resigned effective immediately. And as hence we're all slippery from getting out the shower. So there goes my phone. I've dropped my phone. And yeah, it just went. It was so quick, and then had school that day. Was like Jesus. So just thinking about it the whole day, going on. What the hell's going on? So yeah, it's happened so quickly. And then Fraser, obviously, that was announced quickly as well. That was announced bloody the same day. Nick Austin was announced the same day, and here we are going. Shit, it's happening again. The bricks are falling. The towers are falling. And yeah, we moved. We moved on so quickly. So it's been a really tough few months, just to get your head around. You still don't know who's going to coach Carlton. You still don't have a clear indication on that. It's going to be really, really interesting.
Yeah. By season's end, there will be so much talk, probably about the direction we head in rather than this season, because of the new coach coming in. So that means that we might even brush over some of these issues. And I think, Voss to talk about, a lot of the players alluded to it, that what we've been seeing lately is a result of some of the mechanisms, the ball movement and the handballs and the less kicking down the line. That was all under his leadership, but just something about it. He couldn't get the team motivated enough to do it for extended periods of time. So that's Voss analysed well, I think. Let's go into a more optimistic outlook, because ultimately that's where things have changed for the better.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah.
Josh Fraser the saviour. Wow, this could also be very optimistic. Obviously we are gonna film. We probably will film a separate pod saying Fraser's actually the man for the job, but yeah, I don't have many words because it's just it's hard to sum up. It's just I don't want to make this a negative pod, but I also want people to remember that we're 5-8. We've lost 8 games. We just gave ourselves, if we gave ourselves 2 more wins, and that becomes bloody 7-6. All of a sudden, that's good. All of a sudden, that's actually pushing for wild card, and it's almost like wild card is definitely in the picture. But now it's just, is wild card in the picture? And that's the question we have to ask ourselves. And I just don't know if it is.
Now you want to believe you're in a delusion, but I think we've been around in the business long enough to realize
it's
that
probably
hope
not.
can be evaporated very quickly.
Yeah. And yeah.
So it could all change this week. We will preview the GWS game.
The whole reason why we're now thinking, maybe wild card is a chance, is because of Josh Fraser. He's come in and the group's just all of a sudden winning games, and the community, the massive bloody community that we have is just rising, and it's better than any other community out there by miles.
Has that changed the layout? I think I pressed something. No,
not for me.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I wanted to highlight one thing, a few stats, because they really tell the story and it demonstrates a clear change with things. So let me get up this. Can you see that? Yep.
Speed of ball movement, I can see that. Yep.
Actually, no, that's the wrong one.
Yep, righto. Well, hello. How are you?
This one, I think. Now, this doesn't take into account round 13. No doubt. Maybe it might have changed a bit.
Bene gracious.
So the clearest change is under Voss, we ranked 13th for uncontested marks, 9th for kick long percentage, and 15th for 45-degree kicks. 13th for defensive 50 to inside 50 transition, and 6th for inside 50 retention. But under Fraser, that has flipped. We are now first for uncontested marks, third for 45-degree kicks, second for defensive 50 to inside 50, and second for inside 50 retention. And the only real drop-off is kicking long, which we've moved down to 18%. Let me see if I can get that up. I think that's it. Yep. Which reflects a more controlled, layered game style, I'd say, which is good to see. Now, speed of ball, this was the other graphic here. It tells their own story. So,
Christ. Difference.
From 89 under Voss to 68 under Fraser, we've gone from rushed team to a more maybe patient and controlled one. So that's been positive there. We take less distance with our disposals, which means that we can move it faster rather than kick down the long. So that's been very positive. Finally, one last statistic that I'd like to talk about. I don't have the stat for it, but I found this in the Fox Sports report. Defensively, we've gone from conceding 101.3 points per game in rounds 0 to 9 to 68 in rounds 10 to 13. Actually, I think I did have that there. Yeah. Our defensive to inside 50s concession rate has also improved from 26%, which was ranked 16th in the AFL, to 19%, which is probably around a top 4 level, I think. So, look, under Voss, we were giving up repeated 5-goal runs, but under Fraser, that hasn't happened once. So that alone shows that there's a level of control that we simply didn't have before. What do you reckon about those stats?
Well, I've found a stat on Voss. Obviously, we conceded 237 points in second halves under him this year. So that's pretty gross, I must say. I'm not sure if this is 100% true. It's off the afl.com.au website, so you'd hope it's true.
It's reputable.
But it's minus 153 under Josh Fraser. So there is just so much to work with there. There's just a lot going on. So drastic changes, just drastic all around. There's a lot happening.
Yeah, and it's been really positive to see. But not only does that prove that our defense, our ball movement has changed, something much harder to analyze and sort of quantify, I'd say, in statistics, is the mental side of the game. So I think this transition has been just as much mental as tactical. We don't look like a side waiting for things to go wrong anymore. Remember how there would be that the players themselves admitted it. They were saying, after the first goal was kicked in the second half, they just knew it was all over after that. I don't think we've seen that.
I do remember people saying that. And
we've
yeah,
seen
the big
composed
difference
wins since.
The big difference is, and this is perfect, and it's what I heard from Patrick Cripps against after the win against Geelong, is when Jack Henry kicked that goal in with about 2 minutes left. Did you see one head get dropped?
Also the fans, we got amongst it, right?
The fans roar. Like there was a massive roar. Just whenever we'd get the ball, the excitement, the adrenaline, it just kept them moving, and we ended up winning the game.
Yeah. So not only players and fans have been uplifted by the recent events.
It's good. Like this when you're talking good about Carlton, it can just be so good. When you're talking bad, when you go back to Voss, it can be so bad. And as you can probably see with my emotions at the moment, when I'm talking about Fraser, I'm really happy. When I'm talking about Voss, I'm a miserable bastard. So
fair enough.
It's gonna be really, really tricky to make wildcards from here. I've already said that a few times now, but come back to me in a month, and I will basically be able to give you a clear indication on if Carlton will make wildcard or not. So
fair enough. I mean, that's obviously the topic of discussion. So that's what everyone wants to try and find out in the next few weeks. But what we have learned from these last few weeks is that we look like a side that kind of trusts ourselves in moments. We got the Western Bulldogs game. We're able to hold on to that lead late when normally we'd probably chuck it away, and we were also able to come from behind to win a game, which I think was the first time since round 19, 2024.
Sounds about right.
Against North Melbourne, yes. So finally we're able to do that. So we cast away that type of mental demon. Also, the Port Adelaide game the next week after, a second half fade out was nowhere to be seen. So that probably gave confidence. Remember when we were talking about earlier in the season, we just need one game of a pure second half performance and maybe we might be able to regain ourselves?
Brisbane.
Well, I think it certainly happened.
Brisbane.
More than once.
Yeah, at the Gabba.
Yes, yeah, maybe. There you go, the Gabba.
Right there. Right there is where it all shifted. And there was, I guess you could say that there was performances before that, like you could go to Adelaide and then I think that was the only one where there was a 4-quarter effort or so. It was one of them, another honourable loss. But
yeah.
Then against Brisbane, it was like, hang on, just wait. If we can get over the line next week against the Dogs, all of a sudden, maybe, just maybe, we could start winning a few more games. And then we went over to Adelaide, where we always play like shit. We always play shit on Adelaide Oval. And we beat Port Adelaide, and we're thinking, hello. Geelong next week.
Yeah.
They're coming off a few big wins against big teams. If we get them, we're back. Geelong, door opened, murdered. See you later. Who's the next door? Who's the next dorm room? Essendon. Okay, thanks for giving me a bloody heart attack. Anyway, murdered. Bye round, murdered. The Giants this week at NG Stadium. Probably the biggest game of the year. Oh, mark that down right here. Biggest game of the year.
Yeah, going to be a real litmus test.
Oh yeah, this decides everything. This decides everything. This game.
Yep. Back to the mental point. And I think I mentioned it earlier. The fact that we've got less expectations to fulfill also has probably helped. With our trust in big moments, there's not as much to let down. But as the reality of a potential wildcard position comes through, let's see how we fare in those types of situations. Next item on the agenda is I want to talk about the youthful energy from the kids. So, and performances too.
Yep, good idea.
Jagger, Dean, Billy Wilson, Jack Eisen, Byrne, Flynn Young. If you put Dirksen in there, you can put Cowan in there, you can put Carroll, unfortunately, with his ACL. But all of them have really rejuvenated this sense of role playing, I'd say. Everyone's been able to produce their roles, and means the leaders don't need as much of a reason, to carry the team anymore. But because of that reason, it means they have been able to carry the team because there's less expectation to do so. And you've seen Harry Mackay also step up in both moments lately. You've seen, obviously, Patrick Cripps' last 4 weeks have been exceptional apart from the Essendon game. But you got Haynes down there. You got Newman doing well. You got Walsh doing pretty decent too. You got this whole flow and effect, and it's just marvelous to see.
I reckon I'm doing a bit of research right now. That's why I sort of got my head down a little bit. But based off what I'm seeing on that thing, there's a lot to like it for the rest of the year. And that comes off the back of, I'm going to take you back to Hawthorn in 2024, where they made, I think it was a semi-final, and the next year they made a prelim. So they didn't get off to one of the, what you would call the greatest of starts, and we obviously haven't also been in the greatest of starts either. With just simply losing. But Hawthorn in 2024 created something called Hockball, where they were just everywhere, and that came off the back of young development, and it matches well against Carlton with their youngsters in 2024. McDonald, Ginnivan, you had others. You had Newcomb, who was just becoming really good, and that's becoming like a Walsh right now.
Yeah.
But then you've got their youngsters down back, like I can't remember what his name is now, but there was just a lot of people, and it was all clicking for them. So all of a sudden, it's clicking for us at the moment. So
yeah, similar to that, gives that type of vibe.
No.
Yeah. And then I think the recruits have also been very well, very, very well this season. You got Florent, who's gone from 15.2 average disposals in 2025 to 21.9 in 2026. Nearly doubled his intercept possessions and rebound impact. You got Hayward, who's jumped to 16 disposals from 11, 5.7 marks and 5.3 score involvements, all improvements, and has become a genuine two-way running wing forward. Ainsworth up to 17.5 disposals and 13 goals, constant involvement every week. Their consistency has been a real element to be proud of with the list management there. So we're able to extract what we could from the Curnow trade. I don't want to get into who won what, blah, blah, blah. That's, there's future picks involved in that. So look, you're going to have to hold off with that type of debate so far. But either way, it has improved our overall team sort of structure. I think not only have we been forced to lower our eyes because of these smaller targets, we're also been able to rejuvenate from half back. There's Florent down there is willing to take the dare. I know he gets the turnovers every once in a while, but that's because he's willing to take that that daring option that maybe last year's Carlton wouldn't have done, or the year before that, So there's 2 free players who have really contributed well to us and elevating our game style in 2026.
Yeah, I think young Wilson is going to go really far this year, like just for the rest of the year.
Yeah, my boy Billy.
I could easily see him finishing top 10 of the best and fairest by the end of the year.
Top 10, okay, yeah.
That would be huge, bro. That would be so big. Like, it would push a fair few players out the door. Harry Charlson, Adam Sard, probably the other ones that want to come in, but Matt Duffy, Rob Monahan, but he's worth it. You can put all the eggs in a basket for him. I'm so excited about that kid. I'm so excited.
You look at this. You look at these kids, and you think, mind you, they're probably they're around my age, right? It's weird to say that, but they are going to give hope to a new coach coming in and saying, there's stuff to work with. We don't need a complete list overall. We don't need a rebuild. It's a simple revamp of the list, I would say. It means that we'll have to let go of some experienced players and bring in some newer ones. But that's how we kind of avoid that whole transition period. And I think we want our new coach to be coming into Carlton, not from being offered lots of money by the club, but rather because they see belief. They see a list that is capable of winning. That's why I am fully against tanking, because if you instill losing ways into a team, how hard is it going to be to get their confidence back? It's going to be unbelievably hard. So that whole logic around tanking is ridiculous. We're still going to get Cody Walker. We're just going to have to give up that little bit more with maybe an extra pick somewhere. But we're still going to get him. And there will be plenty of change at the end of the season too that you'll see. And that will also bring in some new list depth.
Cannot wait to see how this next 2 or 3 months pan out.
Yeah. Both game and off-field. On-field and off-field stuff, yeah.
I'll talk to everyone in October. Just a little announcement here from myself. See you all in October once Carlton have won the flag. So,
hell yeah, we're winning it all. Flag is 2026.
Go.
Yeah, it's coming home.
We're winning the flag. No,
yeah.
we're not. But
next agenda is on the outlook for the next season. On rest of the season. I mean, we're not turning our attention to the next season yet, but these next few games, I think if you look at it on paper and you compare where we sit on the ladder right now, I wish I should have screenshotted it and put it up in here. But anyway, the teams that we play against are all around us, right? You got Brisbane is sitting at 7th. This is as of round 14. I'm just going to briefly get up the ladder, actually, so I don't mess anything up. We've got Brisbane sitting at 7th, who will play later in the season for the second time. We've got Western Bulldogs sitting at 8th, who will play for a second time. We've got Gold Coast is sitting at 9th and in shambles. We've got St Kilda sitting at 10th, and we also got them. We got GWS, obviously, this week. And we got Collingwood is sitting 13th, just above us, and 14th. And then West Coast at 15th and Richmond at 17th. The only two games I'm looking at and thinking if we want to prove ourselves, we probably do not need to beat these two teams is Hawthorn and Fremantle. So if we want to be in wildcard round, you need to prove that you deserve to be in there. And if we do that, we win against those teams that I mentioned that are around us.
You know what the biggest game? I know I said the Giants are going to be the biggest game of the year, but you know what the actual biggest game of the year is going to be?
Collingwood?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Why not?
Generally, it's gonna be like the New York Knicks against the Spurs, game 4, like the after party if Carlton can get up.
Yeah. I mean, you see those types of scenes. You can only just hope.
Obviously, my bloody condolences to the people who have actually lost their lives from the after party,
and the buses,
and all that sort of stuff that's going on. Sometimes stupid Americans take shit too far, but yeah, that's just them being them. Unfortunately, thank God we live in a. No, I'm not going to say that because everyone has their other bloody opinions. But yeah. Yeah, good. That's sort of. Have you got anything else to say, Louis? I think we got one more. Or
we're also winning. We're winning the flag.
Yeah,
Australia's winning the flag this year.
Oh, the Socceroos. Get in.
Yes.
Yeah, good. The Socceroos are better than the ODI team. The ODI team is absolute buns. Like it's just straight crap.
Apart from Cooper Connolly.
No, apart from Cooper Connolly, that bloke goes all right.
But yeah, it was
that was really bad. Unfortunately,
good game to see. We've got such a new list. I think you can kind of get some takeaways from Carlton and Socceroos at the moment. You've got a young list who seem to be performing well and seem really rejuvenated and with a bit of togetherness. And yeah, they could, I don't know. I doubt they'll go any further than the round of 16 or the quarterfinals or whatever. But look, I think we have extreme pride for this team. And it's such good to see a variety of players from different backgrounds also contribute in that win, in a quite a diverse and debatable topic lately. Yeah, but yeah, it's good to see the nation united.
It is. Hopefully, I wish them boys the best of luck for the rest of the tournament. Who knows if they seem to go far? We might spend 5 or 10 minutes in a podcast talking about it. Maybe that might get a few people interested. So, yeah, if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. I know the view count has been a little bit ordinary the last few weeks. We put a lot of time and effort into this podcast, like a lot more than you would imagine. And I just want to start seeing a few results come our way because
finding these stats is not something you take lightly. It's quite time consuming, but
it is. And to get 8 people out of 800,000 bloody Carlton members in 4 days, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. So
and we're not even about that, but it's just a little bit, deflating, don't you reckon? It's
Yeah, and to see that we haven't had 100 views in 2 months is very deflating. It's almost like we've just gone downhill like Michael Voss's coaching career. So to see the last month we've gone 8, 31, 28, and 18. So
Mhm.
Oh, please,
No.
please view this. Please view this. Send us a little bit of love because we do work really hard. we're still having a crack. We're at. Oh my god, I'm going to stop talking because I kept stuttering. We're at. Fuck off. I'm leaving. Goodbye, everyone. Good night. Go Blues.
Yep. Oh, the baggers.